Hi folks, Shane here again at I Like Bushcraft. Well, I was watching a video the other day on a channel that I really like. That's Jim Holden's channel, and if you want to view Jim's channel, just search Jim Holden on YouTube. Great channel. He does a lot of walking. I don't know how he does it. He seems to get all around the country. Including on the island, and he's done some nice stuff. And I like Jim's channel because when he's showing the places that he visits and walks to, you really get a sense that you're there with him. He's the way that he shoots the scenery and so forth, and the soundtracks that he uses, very sympathetic to the environment that he's in. So yeah, like your videos, Jim. But anyway, I was watching that, more to the point, and Jim has tagged me for this 3-tag first aid kit, and so I've got to respond to that, which is not a problem. And my first thoughts on it was first aid kits. What's a first aid kit? Surely first aid kits are for lightweights, aren't they? Us men don't use first aid kits, we just bleed. I'm joking. Of course we take first aid kits. 3 items in a first aid kit which we view as useful additions, things that others may not have thought of, which can help us to think maybe, oh yeah, I hadn't thought of that. That's yeah, I must include that. So that's what I'm going to do in answer to this tag from Jim on Jim Holden's channel. So this is the first aid kit I always take with me. It's a Life Systems pocket first aid kit. It's light, stowable, and it's quite extensive actually what's in this kit. So I like this. That's the one I use. But there's a couple of additions that I've put in this kit that maybe will give others an idea of what to use. First one is this. So I've included this in my kit, and you might think, a bit of paper. It is a bit of paper, but there we are. I think that's vital, if you can read that. Forethought and planning. Yes, those two things really, I think, are crucial, because hopefully we never ever have to use this, and the more forethought and planning that we put into our trips, the less likelihood that we have to use this. So for me, that's essential. I'll just explain what I mean. Forethought, for example, again, bread and butter for most, using an axe, swinging an axe, make sure, I always do, make sure my leg's out of the way, so if I miss the wood that I'm swiping at, or wherever it is I might be chopping, if I miss and follow through with the axe, it doesn't hit me in the shin or anywhere else, it just passes past my body. So thinking ahead, forethought. Maybe a knife, we're sharpening, you know, rather than coming towards you or down towards your finger where you could slip and take your finger off, or a nasty gash. Think ahead, forethought. And I mean, I'm a fine one to talk really, because I was using a bucksaw not so long ago and sawing away in the wood. The blade jumped out of the cut, and because I had my thumb too near to where I was sawing, on the downward stroke of the saw, straight through my thumb, right to the middle of the thumbnail, and that hurt. That taught me a big lesson. So again, gloves, hand well away, so that if it does jump out, it will just hit the wood that you're cutting and not your hand. Again, forethought. So I think that's a crucial part of a first aid kit. That's number one. And also planning, forethought and planning. Well, you know, I've kind of planned, where am I going to be going? What's the terrain like? What kit do I need? What problems could arise? If, you know, kind of work to worst case scenarios and plan accordingly. Again, it can save a lot of aggravation and prevent disastrous situations or serious situations from occurring in the first place. So that's my first essential item in my first aid kit: forethought and planning. So that's that one dealt with. The next one, tweezers. I include these in the first aid kit from now on the suggestion of my my good wife. Why? Well, we're always working with wood, and quite often I've got splinters in the hand and you're trying to get them out, and there's nothing more annoying than a splinter. And again, we know they can get infected and it's just uncomfortable. Pair of tweezers and glasses, of course, if you need them. I do, for close work. But tweezers, pull the splinter out. Ah, such a relief when you pull a splinter out. And it's amazing how miserable a splinter can make, particularly if it's under your fingernail. Yeah, a splinter it can make you really miserable. I'm sure you can all relate to that. So a pair of tweezers in the first aid kit, a useful addition, I think. So that's that one. So that's two. My third one, one that maybe many may not have thought of. Something that happened to me a couple of years ago. I had a tick bite and I felt down my ankle. I thought, what's that? I felt this little lump and I just scratched it off, you know, thinking it was a little scab or something. Well, it wasn't, it was the body of a tick, and I'd had a tick bite on my ankle. And for 2 years after that, that irritated, and I had a lump, kind of the end of the size of the end of your finger, on my ankle. 2 years that lasted before it eventually went. So what do I have in my first aid kit now? A tick remover. You think about it, guys, we're always in long grass in the trees, the time of year coming up, spring and summer, ticks. If you've got a tick remover, or if somebody else in your group has got a tick, again, out comes the tick, job done. So that's a useful addition for your first aid kit, is a tick remover. So I always put that in there. So there we are, there are my three items: forethought and planning, pair of tweezers and a tick remover. So I hope that helps. Now I've got to tag another 3 people, haven't I? I think the most obvious one that I'm going to tag first is to do the same 3 essential items or favourite items in your first aid kit. The first one I'm going to tag is Jeff at Isle of Wight. Hiya Jeff, hope you're well. So I'm tagging you, I hope you don't mind. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? And I think, well, another guy that I think should tag with this, because he's always featuring knives on his channel, and I think he's bound to cut himself at times, and that's Fog 360. So there you go, Fog, tagging you. You're using a lot of knives. I'm sure you must have a first aid kit with you at all times. And also as well, another channel, she's not been going long, but she's a very likeable character, and that's Mel at Mad Mel's Bushcraft. So I'm tagging you, Mel, as well. She's called Biker Bushcraft now. I think she's just changed her name, although I prefer Mad Mel's Bushcraft to be honest, but hey ho. But yeah, that's Mel at Mad Mel's Bushcraft, now called Biker Bushcraft. Tagging you as well, Mel, for the same 3 item in your first aid kit. So there we are. That's the answer to your tag, Jim. So as well as doing this 3 item tag in the first aid kit, there was something else that I wanted to include in this, just for added interest. And that was, I don't do many reviews, but I bought a bit of kit recently which I found to be very useful. And it's this. I wear it on my knife belt now, and it's the dianova sharpening stone. Well, it's not a stone, but you know, it's that's what it does, and it just fits nicely on your knife belt. Nice leather sheath, and it's It's diamond granules or grains that have been, I'm not sure how they fix it on there, but it's layered with this diamond. I can actually feel it on there. Yeah. These diamond grains. So hardest known substance to man, diamond, as we all know. And you've got a kind of a rough grit, and then a finer grit. Obviously, if your knife's quite blunt, you can, in this case, I'm using the Healy, Healy or Heli E-gun, which is a nice knife. It's not the best of knives, but about 63, 70 quid. Right. Nice knife though, I'm pleased with it. I would like a Jacklaw, but I don't think Sandy is able to take any more orders at the moment. He's so busy. But I would like to, so I'm going to have to be patient and wait, but I would like to get a Jacklaw. They're a lovely looking knife. But until the opportunity comes up that I can get one of those and he's taking more orders, this will suffice. It's actually a nice knife, I'm really pleased with it. But anyway, getting back to the point. This is a lovely lap sharpener. It's you don't even need water with this, although I do use a bit of water, because the heat, if you generate any heat, it can, allegedly, alter the temper of the steel. So I always use a little bit of water, but that really does, just a few little hones on this sharpening, this diamond sharpening stone, really does take that down to a really fine edge. And then I just strop it on my leather belt in the field. This is for the field, by the way. And I find, that is, if I get a piece of paper, I've just stropped that up actually, and you can see that, where are we? You can see that that's razor sharp. Yeah, it is. You would, I tell you, you wouldn't want to cut yourself on that. But that's, I find that is a really good piece of kit. About £32, so yeah, a little bit expensive, but not overly so. But it's a really handy little bit of kit. That dianova. It's what we call, lapstone. Yeah, dianova lapstone. And I bought that at my local knife shop. Very, very impressed with that. There we go. I'll bring you in for a closer look. So there we are, folks, just a short video this time, just to really answer that tag from Jim at Jim Holden. So that's all from me, guys. Should be going out on a bit of a hike soon, shortly, to do a bit of a hike and out in a tent on the hills this time. So that's what I'm planning. So hopefully see you in the next vid on that one. Just to take this opportunity as well to thank you all out there in YouTube land. Thank you for your subscriptions. I really do appreciate that, and thank you for your views and your lovely comments as well. There's some lovely, really nice comments, and there are obviously some nice people out there, so thank you for that, guys. I do appreciate that, and thank you for your videos as well, because I do like to watch others as well and their videos. It's a great hobby, this bushcraft and wild camping, and it's lovely to see other people's take on it as well and their ideas. So, but I do appreciate your comments, guys, and your views and your subscriptions. So just to say thank you really for that. So that's it from me. All being well, like I say, I'll see you on the next video. Take care, guys, and see you next time. Bye for now.